What's up, guys? Welcome to my second Pokemon TCGO match. As you can see up in the corner there, I have 200 booster credits, so when the new Plasma Gale set comes out, be expecting a pack opening. But, anyways, when this deck is, just a tier 2 deck I made. It's Dusknoir Flygon with Celebi EX in it, so, it's a pretty well-known deck. Not the most effective deck in the world. Definitely not tier 1 by any means, but it definitely it works if you play it right. So actually, I get a pretty terrible first draw here, and I draw into my second Juniper. Basically, I'm just trying to get rid of cards so I can Juniper out. And it looks like I'm going to be against a Rayeels deck. So, I'm against something pretty formidable. I decide not to Juniper in my first turn because there's really no reason to. I kind of hoped that he would end me out so I wouldn't have to Juniper away 2 Stage 2 Pokemon and another Juniper and a Switch, because they're all pretty vital cards to the deck. But I don't believe he does end me out, so not Junipering actually ended up being a mistake, because now I'm going to have to Juniper this turn and waste my supporter for this turn. But hindsight is 20/20, right? So he says Sky Arrow and 3 Dynamos down, so I really need to take these things out, and I need to take them out fast, and it doesn't look like I can do that because of my terrible lead, Dusknoir. The ideal lead for this deck is really just a Trapinch, so I can put 1 energy on it and start Smithereen smashing while I set up in the background. I mean, Smithereen smashing isn't the most reliable thing in the world, but it's what this deck needs in order to start setting up. I mean, I do want to run 1 Landorus EX in this deck, and that's actually my ideal start, but I obviously didn't draw into it, so I don't get to start out with it. I'm not sure what I'm searching for here. I think I'm getting the Landorus, actually, so I probably should play this Switch to get the Landorus out for some damage, which I do. Very, very good. And let's hope I draw into a fighting, and I don't draw into a fighting energy. This is fantastic. But I need to get a DCE out on that Trapinch for late game. Let's hope I do that. And it looks like I'm going to. Yes, that's good. That's what I want. Sorry guys, I've got a cough. But yeah. Who benches that full art Raikou EX, and he's got 1 heal out. Please don't get more than 1. He probably will. He's got 5 more cards in his hand. There's 2, and he's gonna N out, so he's probably actually gonna get the 3rd one. And I don't get any energy, which is so great. So great. But what I do get is a rare candy and an Ultra Ball, so I can get a Flygon out this turn and start getting some damage out using the one of the switches. I'll probably discard the other one to get the Flygon. Oh, but I don't even need to. That's great. I can actually rare candy out. I can rare candy for Dusknoir if I discard my 2 switches. So this is actually turning out to be very good. But I'm actually going to use one of those switches and decide to discard. Oh, this was a bad misplay. I really shouldn't have done this. I lose another rare candy, which is not good. And I draw into 3 Ns. Wow. Am I gonna attach to Flygon? I don't have the Vibrava on it, so I can't Sand Pulse. But maybe I'm setting myself up so I can use his attack for 80 damage. But for now, I think I just bite or something. And yeah. I think he's going to get his third eel out in this turn. This guy runs a lot of fire energies in his deck, and I really don't see the purpose of running Emolga. I mean, it's useful for getting those EXs out and stuff, but you usually run a lot of level balls in this deck, so I'm going to get my Selby EX out, which is good. I'm just going to show this thing because I want it to get in the thumbnail, because I love full art Celebi's art, I guess. But yeah, this is a good hand for me. That Super Rod is really vital because I can get that last Dusknoir and the Flygon that I lost, but I don't have any energy in there, so I think I'm going to hold off on it for one turn, and I'm just going to Hammerhead. He does resist fighting, which is really stupid, but I'm going to be able to get a knockout and a Dynamo, which is really good, because energy acceleration is not a good thing. But let's see here. If I draw it into a rare candy, I can get a Dusknoir out next turn, but that doesn't really seem likely unless I unfortunately get that doesn't work out very well. I do get another random receiver though, so I could catch her out an eel to stall for time and then get rid of an eel. He puts an Eviolite on an eel. I don't know if he knows what Eviolite does, but it only works on basics. So I was kind of confused, and I checked if he actually did that, and he totally actually did. I draw into a Vibrava, which is great. So I can actually Sand Pulse with this thing. I'm just gonna catch her out this eel because I want to show him the error of his ways and see and tell him what he did wrong. Am I gonna use the? Yep, I'm gonna use the Super Rod for only 2 things. I don't know how wise that was, but I just wanted to increase my probability of drawing into what's it called? A rare candy and a Dusknoir. I drew into the Dusknoir, but not the rare candy. So I'm kind of satisfied. I should be. It really doesn't matter which Pokemon I put this damage on, as long as it's not an Eviolated basic. But yeah, because I can just move everything around with Dusknoir. And what's he gonna do here? I have a feeling this is a big turn for him, and he attaches another Eviolite to another Electric, which makes me think that this guy isn't really that experienced. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what he was doing. But I get End Out again, which is good, and I get the rare candy, the Dusknoir, and the double colorless. So I can Sand Pulse once I evolve my second Vibrava into a second Flygon, which is very good, because 50 plus 10 on everything and then another 10 on everything is just it's really good. It's, what is it, a maximum of 170 damage for one turn? That's pretty phenomenal. Catcher. He catchers out the thing that I want to attack with, so that really doesn't make sense. I think he's just setting me up to be killed by the Rayquaza next turn. But the thing is, I have the Dusknoir now, and I can start rearranging damage. So I'm not sure whether I want to take out this well, actually, I definitely do want to take out this Electric. Oh, I totally could have made better use of those damage counters. I don't know why I did that. And I think I'm actually going to lose my Vibrava this turn, which That was a dumb move. I might have actually been able to do a decent amount by moving every excess damage counter to Rayquaza, but now I have a catcher, which means I can get out that second electric and just promote Landorus right away. So yeah, I can take out his electric and he will lose all of his energy acceleration, which basically means his deck fizzles out. I do have more cards in my deck, so I'm not going to be the one decking out unless I Juniper everything, like 3 turns in a row. But, yeah, that wouldn't be very smart of me, so I don't know why I would do that. And he's got his Raikou EX fully powered up, so it can Volt Bolt. But the thing is, it can't knock anything out with a Volt Bolt. At least I think that's what it's called. Is it called Volt Bolt? I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty dumb. But I get another Trapinch, so I might be able to get out a third Flygon if I'm lucky. And it looks like I'm finally going to be doing some shenanigans with the damage counters, but I think I'm only going to do enough to knock out that electric, and yeah. And so if we look on my board, it looks like we've got about 110 damage. I didn't actually count everything, but I can take out the Emolga, but I don't see what real use that will provide. So looks like he's gonna go for the Volt Bolt here. I get the grass energy off of my prize, so that's why I looked at Flygon, because Flygon needs a DCE, a fighting, and a grass to use its flying beatdown attack. And yeah, he's gonna Skyla probably for a catcher if he was smart. But oh, he's gonna Skyla for a max potion, which is another very good play. I mean, it only gets rid of like 40 damage counters, but getting rid of 40 is better than getting rid of absolutely nothing. Is he going to attack? I really want to know if he's... Wow, he doesn't take out the Trapinch. That was a definite misplay on his part, because he just lost all of his energy and didn't even take a prize off of it. So I don't know. And I get the Vibrava and the Flygon here. So I think I'm just gonna switch into Flygon. And it appears to me that this game is just about over. It looks like with this flying beatdown, I'm going to have enough damage counters on the field after this turn, after his next turn, to knock out everything I need, really. So, he definitely had me in a position where he could have beat me, but it doesn't really look like it's very positive for him right now. And is that a... Yeah, don't attach a second fire energy to Rayquaza. That would be very dumb of you. And finally benches a 4th Dynamo. A little bit too late in the game for that, buddy, but he's just going to opt to go for the X-Ball, which only does 120 damage to me. So, actually, that wasn't very effective. And now that I've gotten all of that... Oh, wow. That's even less effective. But... Oh, wait. No. This definitely poses an interesting issue, because I don't have anything to switch this thing out with. Unless I draw a DCE or a switch or something, I'm gonna lose my Dusknoir. He is only doing 60 damage, so I can keep my Dusknoir in for another turn, but I do actually draw the DCE, which pretty much seals the deal, because I have that 3 retreat cost, and now he can't get to my Dusknoir, because I do think... Actually, I think he's only used 2 or 3 catchers at this point, so I don't know what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't run max catchers, but who doesn't run max catchers these days, like, honestly? Looks like I'm just going to... I've got so much damage on the board right now on that, Rayquaza. On that, I'm not trying to say Rayquaza. I need 90 damage on this Mewtwo EX, and then... Looks like... I only need 60 damage on the Emolga, and then I win this turn. So... Yeah, that's actually pretty much game, because I don't know if I'm just going to knock out the Emolga straight by Sinister Handing, but I've got way more damage counters than I need to take all 3 of my prizes this turn. So that was a good game, dude. Next time, guys, I will have another deck in store. I think I'm going to go Tier 1 for my next match, so expect something like Blastoise Keldeo or Darkrai Hydreigon or something along those lines. But now I'm just being a show-off, moving every damage counter to Mewtwo. And I think the new expansion Plasma Gale comes out on February 6th. And I know that they have something weird with the booster credits, but I think because I have 200 booster credits, it will let me get the Plasma Gale. And if it doesn't, oh well. But, yeah, I will get... I will have a 200 pack opening as soon as I can when we get that Plasma Gale set out. So be looking forward to that, because those are always fun. But, yeah, next time, guys, I will see you later for some more PTCGO!